Hey everybody, we are actually going to be placing mountain stuff today. I cleared out like all of this area, and yeah, now we're gonna actually place some blocks in. I think today we're gonna try and do a couple of outline sections. We have plenty of stone now from taking out all of this area. We still have a lot more to do over here, but I want to just get placing this mountain, so we're gonna start working on that today, and should be a lot of fun. We're going to kind of go through a little bit of the process and kind of walk through how I built this mountain and try and replicate that and make it the same. So I need to do a little bit of cleaning up here, and then we can get started on that. Also, I hope people like the Christmas music, because that's going to be on the channel until it isn't in like January, because I'm trying to like kickstart my my Christmas spirit. I guess I haven't really felt the Christmas spirit yet so far, and we're gonna try and kickstart it with some music forced down everyone's throats. I guess ears would be more accurate. We also might have to repair our tools at some point. Might have to set up a beacon like in the middle. I've already got a couple of beacons set up over here. I moved the sniffers that were sitting here. Just generally done a little bit of cleanup work, getting ready for this project. We have a beacon like here somewhere. I don't have beacon beams turned on, so this is a little difficult finding it. But it's somewhere in the mountain, and we have one like here, and we need to probably move one into the center so that we can actually work with stuff. And I think the pillager outpost might be an issue. It might be an issue at some point, but we'll try and work around it, and we'll try and stick to this side and sort of general outline stuff first, and then we'll deal with the pillagers later. I don't know what we're gonna do after we close off the mountain. There's probably gonna be a lot of them spawning, like on top of it, underneath it, whatever. But we'll find out, I guess. Just kind of go with the flow. I also am going to use cheat cam a little bit, because it's just so much easier to use and not have to like fly around with rockets everywhere. So we're going to use a bit of stone and kind of get the idea of the mountain outline going. I think, heyo, welcome back. We're actually placing blocks today. So what I want to do is kind of create a good angle from like this vantage point, because this right here is going to be eventually like a town square. So if we have a nice little background drop connecting all the way back to those mountains right there, I think that'll look really nice. And so today we're going to try and outline, I think, like 3 or 4 different peaks. So this will be like one peak. I think it'll be the lowest one, and then we'll have a peak like right there, and then maybe one right there, and then another there, and then one on the back side, I think. But I want this mountain and this mountain to connect somewhere like here, trying to create like a little triangle type thing going on. And then we'll have the bigger mountain peak like right about here. So I think that's the one I want to place first, and I want to try and go up to like build height with it, because I think having a mountain up to build height, especially with this new build height, is going to be cool. And it's going to be a lot of work placing all these blocks, but I think it'll be well worth it in the end. Alright, we're going to start placing and try not to get knocked off, but that, nope, yep. I need like a bodyguard or something. There you are. Okay. I think we're fine. I think we're a little high. Alright, so now the goal is to go up to... What's the new height? Is it 320? No, I don't have a reference. Actually, the thumbnail that I drew for this streams are the reference. That's like kind of the image I'm going off of. I do want to do a little bit more terraforming than we did on this initial mountain, just because I feel like having an entire mountain range that's only stone blocks and like calcite occasionally is not going to look super good. So we're going to try our best to add some terraforming. I do want to keep this stony peak aesthetic, so probably we'll just do terraforming up to like a certain point and add like trees and stuff, kind of blend the terrain of these plains biomes, that little bit of spruce wood over there, and try and blend them into the mountain. But then I want the tops of them to be like stony peaks, snowy, all that kind of stuff. So that's the idea. We're going to base it off of what we have drawn on the thumbnail. and just kind of go from there. This whole thing is going to be a complete vibe that I work on for a couple weeks, and I'm going to try and do most of it on stream because it's going to be really boring if I don't, and it's good practice. Yeah, I do think I should put stone or some snow. I think that'll be good. And then we also need to play around with, like I said, some custom trees and stuff, because that'd be some good practice for us. But we have a lot of blocks to place, so it's going to be a very long process, and I'm just happy to be here with y'all and chatting it up while I'm doing it. I'll probably do some of it off camera if we get like most of the stuff I want to talk about out of the way, and I'm just kind of placing blocks. Then I might just do that off camera because I can't really be super entertaining. And we also have other projects to do on stream. I've got a bunch of ideas for some projects. I have a Death Adder 3. That's the mouse. And then I have a SteelSeries Pro TKL keyboard. And a Blue Yeti microphone. I forget what model that is. I think the Blue Yeti X. But I have a lot of different ideas for stream projects, and I don't want to make all of them about building a mountain. Like, I do want to work on stream redoing this area that, if you didn't know, is going to be the horse race course. Like, that's the horse training ground. We had a race course lined out, but I tore everything out of that actually the past couple days, and we're going to rework all this area, and we're going to try and put those builds... No, it doesn't hurt because I am just holding down the button. And it's actually a really comfortable mouse. I really like it a lot. When this one wears out, I'm gonna buy another one. Oh, we're at build height now. Alright, so let's see how this looks. But yeah, we're gonna work on the terraforming. We also have a lot of terraforming to do in this area. So mostly we're gonna try and do like the really grindy projects on stream. Oh my gosh, that's so high. That might be a little too high actually, now that I'm seeing it. Yeah, I think we need to take like 100 blocks off of that, because I want it to end like right there. That's really high. Yeah, I might stream later this week. We'll see how I'm feeling. I want to try and do at least one stream a week though, and try and practice it and practice talking live and conversing for so long. Yeah, I don't want it to be Mount Everest. I don't, like I was talking about in that the recent video, I want it to be a nice backdrop and atmosphere, but I don't want it to completely secure all the attention. It's supposed to be like a nice little thing that sits in the back. It provides a nice backdrop, but it doesn't steal the attention from everything else that we're going to do in the town. So Mount Everest would be cool, but that's not the idea. This is purely for aesthetic purposes. Let's see. I want to do a couple of like recording sessions on stream. I have some ideas for some fun little like hour or two challenges that we could do, and maybe turn them into like some YouTube shorts. Most of it's kind of myth busting. Some of it will be designing stuff. That won't really be for shorts, but we'll design some stuff on stream, work on the survival series a lot. We'll do a hardcore stream eventually. That'll probably just be like collecting resources and all the boring stuff that you usually do. Is that better? Does it need to be a little bit taller? We took 100 blocks off, I think. We could probably live with it. Oh, we also need to redo this interior. That'll be a stream project as well. We're gonna completely gut the thing. I could reference from anime mountains. I might. I never thought of that. Does anime have like a lot of mountains and stuff? I do want it to be picturesque, so it'll look pretty, but I also want it to not steal the attention. So whatever aesthetic we can capture that way, we'll try and do. But let me turn this on so you guys can actually see. So now I want to connect, yeah, aesthetical mountains. I want to connect these two peaks at about right here, actually. So we should go up and find the peak first. So I guess I could talk a little bit about like design process for the mountains, especially this one. I had a couple days off, and I just basically spent them placing blocks just as I felt like it. So I didn't really have a specific process that I was going through, but you know, it turned out well, and I think we can try and emulate some of that with this mountain. But I want to put a little bit more effort into designing it, because the front of this mountain looks really good. From the front, it's like my favorite mountain, I guess. I don't know how to say that. I guess I haven't made a mountain before, and as a first mountain, it was very good for what it was and for how I did it. But this one I'm going to try and put a little bit more effort into. I could add goats. Actually, I had this idea. I have a couple of things. Like, I don't really care about what we put around the mountain. I want to make it look nice, but I do have a couple things that I want to include. Like, I want to do some kind of a tropical axolotl oasis inside of like a cave or like a hot spring on top of the mountain. That'll probably be on like the backside on one of these cliff faces. And then I also want to do Mount Ribbitmore, like having a Mount Rushmore, but for all the different the not all the different, but the 3 frog type variants. I think that'd be really funny. And then also putting like other animals and stuff in stone along the mountain. So a goat face would be pretty cool, but I also see what you mean by like adding goats and stuff. I think this might be a good height. So I don't want them to like connect straight up. I want this to be peak, and then I want it to slope down a little bit and connect like right there. So this one can also do the same thing, and I think that's a good height. One thing I did kind of try and keep in mind here was the valleys. So this mountain, it starts like here, but then it kind of flows this way and out over there. And then it has like these deep cuts and stuff that I did with the weathering. And I want this mountain to kind of have the same look to it, so it kind of matches this mountain. And I also think it looks really good whenever you do things that way. Because like from this angle, you can see the different areas, like this section, and then that section right there. I want to try and capture that same idea with this. So I think we're good on the 2. No, this is just survival. Not quite hardcore. I want to keep this world for a long time. I want this to be like the I don't know what the cinematic term is. There's a term for like something you've kept throughout your entire history, I guess, your discography, and you like keep adding to it and working on it. But that's like my idea for this world, is to have something that I've had since the beginning of my channel and keep until the end, 10 years down the line, and we'll just see what all we can add to it. And it's been 18 months so far, and we've had a pretty good amount of work done here, but we could definitely add a lot more in the coming years, which I'm really excited about. I have plenty of ideas. I just basically need the time to do them, and not being a full-time creator kind of makes that difficult. No, a discography. So like a collection of an artist's works. Like I want this world to be like a very obvious, like, hey, he started from here, he went to here, this is his obvious progression. And like you can see, like I want to keep all of my videos up on YouTube that I have at the moment, and in the future I don't want to be someone like I'm not knocking anybody that takes down their videos or anything like that, but I want everything that I put out there to be out there for as long as I'm on the platform. So there's like, you can see the progression of me as a creator, and I think that's special because a lot of people want to hide like the old like crappy stuff that they might have done whenever they were a new YouTuber or whatever. But I think that's only human to have those things that you don't really like, you're not really as proud of, like some of the cringier older builds, whatever. But I've really made the effort to try and make everything that I put on this platform something that I can look back on in 5 years and be like, yeah, I was there, now I'm here, and I'm proud of where I was because it brought me to here right now. And that's kind of the idea with this world, with my channel so far. I've only taken down, I think, like 2 videos, and those were the first 2 that I ever did. So really not missing out on much. But that part of it has me excited because this entire world should just hold basically everything that we learned. I mean, I'm sure we'll lose the hardcore world at some point. That's almost inevitable with the way that I play. And, we'll have plenty of worlds and plenty of builds and stuff like that going on throughout the history of this channel. But if we have this one world to go back to and like look at all the linear progression that we've done, I think it'd be really cool. And plus I have like ideas for huge projects that I think would be really fun to just have and say, hey, I've been in this world so long, I've done this XYZ crazy thing, and all in survival and all by myself, and I think that'll be fun. Dude, I'm lucky. The PC that I built is really quiet, thankfully. and it's like right by my microphone. So if it ever was not quiet, I'd be having issues. Yeah, so about deleted worlds and stuff, I had a deleted world, the one that I wanted to debut my YouTube channel with, the one that's like in the first couple seconds of my first survival series episode. That was a hardcore world that I had for like 1,000 days or something like that. And my first video on YouTube, I wanted it to be kind of like a world tour of what I had created. And I died as I was recording the second episode for that. And that's what the second video on my channel was. And so I was like, well, that kind of sucks. We're moving on, I suppose. And I just deleted the world because I didn't want it cluttering up my space or whatever. I didn't think it was too impressive to keep. And it really wasn't. But I still want it to have, at least, to go and look back and see like how far I've come as a builder, because I definitely, like, I've had, I think, 4 Minecraft worlds on Java. This is number 4. I guess 5 maybe with the hardcore world. But either way, this was number 4. And the first 3 I don't have anymore. And I regret that, like, so much. I think I deleted the hardcore world because I couldn't figure out how to go and like view it after I died, because it wasn't really straightforward to me, and I was somewhat new to the game, so I didn't really know how like switching game modes worked and all that stuff. So I realizing now that I could have kept it really upsets me, because I kind of miss it sometimes, and I think it'd be cool to like bring some of the older builds into this new world. And that's also something I'm okay with doing. If like we lose the hardcore world, I'm okay with bringing some of the builds that I have there into this world and making it like a little piece of Coda history. Because like at the end of the day, this world is just going to be a history piece of like my progression as a creator and as a builder. And I think it'll be really cool in like 5-10 years. We'll see if it's around in 10 years. I don't know. But Ethos LP is still going, so maybe there's hope. Yes, I actually do. So like that is a creative, I built in a creative copy of this world. And I have done creative copies of the hardcore world and all that stuff, backups, which doesn't really pertain to that question, but I don't see, like, I was on the fence about it as well, but I learned that it doesn't really matter. It, like, bringing your world from the survival to a creative world, whatever, it might seem as like cheating. Oh, good night. Some people might see it as like cheating. You're not really playing the game as survival intended or whatever, but at the same time, you never really get to flex your building, or you never get to practice more in survival like the same way that you can in creative. So I really see, I learned to see no harm in making those backups, making those creative copies, and just like letting yourself have the full extent of the creative menu to try and like build as best as you can with whatever project you're working on. So personally, I did see an issue with it at first, but I've come to realize it's very helpful. And same with like tools like I'm using FreeCam. That is a lifesaver. It has helped me shave down so much time. And that's another thing it comes down to is, if you're doing a creative copy of your worlds, it also saves you a lot of time. Like if you're a creator, or if you don't have much time to do anything, dedicate 6 hours a day to learning how to build better, it's really not that big of a deal. And now that I'm like talking and laying stuff out, I think this mountain's going to be horrible. I'm not all too focused on it. And also, I'm going to try and talk like the entire stream. I need to get better at like ad-libbing stuff. So if you guys are annoyed with my voice, you might as well just click off now, because you're going to be hearing it a lot. Now I want, we went on a little bit of a tangent there. I want this to kind of peak right there and then come down and swoop a little bit around. So this might be too high, too fast already. Let's try this again. So basically, whenever I was designing the other mountain, I would do this same thing, as I would pick a corner or two and start and just outline it. So I want to keep this main hill shape here, and because I like it, and I also don't want to have to replace all these blocks. We're going to definitely add more, coming out to about right there, but we're going to try and take this shape as like a little tendril that we tried like back there, and add it to this corner. And I want it to, like I said, shape up like that. So we just kind of have to capture that curve that we envision. And then I would go, back here after using FreeCam and try and trace that idea as best as I could. I agree. I enjoy some of the monotonous tasks. Like whenever I would have my older worlds, I wasn't recording content or anything like that. I would, spend so much time on one build, but at the end of the day, I spent like 1,000 days in one of the worlds and had 2 or 3 builds to show for it because I was so nitpicky about everything, and I kept rebuilding, destroying, building up again, and redesigning and all that stuff, and it just did not suit me well. And the time that I had to play the game, I started to like not enjoy it as much. So using Litematica nowadays, I think being a creator has helped me come to terms with it, and I don't think it's necessarily the best thing for the community, but at the same time, a lot of these people are really great builders, but some of them would never reach their potential if they didn't build in creative a little bit, because like I can build in survival. I've built plenty of things in survival, and it wasn't until I started building in creative mode that I really was able to stretch out and get a feel for new things. And I think that's when I really progressed my building. And you could even take it the same way and say, you build only in survival, but you at least practice a little bit in creative. And I think that kind of captures the same idea without using Litematica and like feeling like you're cheating yourself. But I think it has its merits, especially if you're a creator, especially if you want to try and get better at building, and if you want to like get on the same level as the YouTubers that you watch. Sometimes you got to break a couple of your own personal morals to do that. And yeah, it could always just boil down to personal playstyle. Oh, I am not going to fill this mountain in. I am probably going to break the first rule of that video, the Immersive Worlds one, and I'm going to fill it with a bunch of farms. My idea, I have, there's a little bit of a river biome here that we're going to cut off, like, in that area where I have that stone outlined. Probably going to have a squid farm in here, and we'll see what else we put in here, but I'll try and make it aesthetically pleasing, like I did the other farms I have in the mountain. So we'll see, but I'll try and not break my rules entirely. And I do think like 1 or 2 farms hidden away, especially if they're ugly, is not a bad thing, but it definitely helps if you have a reason to go and visit the builds you create. Oh, that looks good. I like that. We might have to shave down a little bit of that hump, but that does not look bad. And now I want to connect it to like right there. We're also going to have to tear out a lot of this mountain because I want to use the resources, and I also want it to be like a continuous mountain on the inside, so we're going to tear out some of it once we're done. I think this is a good spot. I feel like I've got streamer brain already. I'm trying to think of like things to talk about, but I feel like we also need to conclude some of the tangents we've started. I do think mods have their certain place in like vanilla playthroughs, but only really as the playstyle fits it. So like yeah, Fizzly? Is that how you say that? Like you were saying, how it kind of comes down to playstyle. I think that's completely true for creators as well, and like their creation style. A lot of the creators you see probably use a lot more mods than you think that they do. Like some mods obviously are essential, like replay mod for time lapses, but a lot of them do use Litematica. I can't really think of any other mods, but there's a lot more that goes on to being able to make something like visually pleasing, aesthetically pleasing, and like clickable for thumbnails and stuff and stuff. There's a lot more that goes into it than we realize, and a lot more than people will admit sometimes, I think. Like some people like to hide the fact that they use Litematica, or maybe try and avoid the fact, or don't talk about it very often, and I think that's a little it's not bad. I mean, obviously to each their own, but I believe in honesty, and so whenever I use like Litematica and stuff, I make it very obvious in the time lapses, or try and talk about the build and why I chose, what creative decisions I chose, and like make the effort that I put into it in creative world come out in the video so that people can understand why why I use Lightmatica for the build, you know, why we took that direction when designing it, and maybe help out a couple extra people by doing that. But that's kind of just my personal playstyle, personal opinion on that. Lots of people will have lots of different opinions, I'm sure. Oh, hello, welcome. Massive mod. Yeah, Lightmatica, Mini HUD, Tweakaroo, Item Scroller. Dude, those are all of my mods. Like, I'll show you them all right now. Continuity. This stuff is like for optimization stuff. FreeCam. I actually don't use this FreeCam, I don't think. I think I use the Tweakaroo one. And then we have the mods basically to make up for Optifine. And then Lightmatica and Mini HUD. And I don't know what this is. Mod menu, which is what this is. Mouse Tweaks is actually one of my favorite, just like quality of life mod. I really like it a lot. And then Shulkerbox Tooltip. I have considered getting another Shulkerbox mod, the one that we used on MCR, because that is very convenient and it makes life just so much easier. And then World Edit, because it's so convenient building with World Edit, and then Zoomify, so I can get the creator zoom that you all know. Hey everybody, how you doing? Basic stuff like that. But yeah, I don't try and use a lot of mods. Most of them are really just optimization stuff, and then yeah, helping building stuff in creative, which honestly, everything that I've built in creative I've put on the YouTube channel. I've not done any kind of free building except for one, I guess, but I didn't, one or two, but I didn't actually finish those builds, so I feel like it doesn't really count. But eventually they might get added to the world. There's some stuff I have designed for the hardcore world already. Stuff I don't actually think I have anything in the works with this yet. I am starting to design another build for this world. That's going to be the next episode. And builds like these, I'm trying to expand my build style and learn different ways to do things. Yeah, easy place. I agree with it situationally. Like, when Fwip, I don't know if you guys watch Fwip's hardcore series, but he's kind of the main person I'm talking about with Lightmatica. He uses it a lot, and he kind of edits like he doesn't, and I think that is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just not very forthright with the viewers. A lot of these people are watching like, oh wow, he just does that straight off the cuff, like top of his head. He just does that in survival mode. I wish I could do that. But a lot of the truth behind it is that he uses Lightmatica. He does free build, but a lot of Lightmatica stuff, and maybe some people don't realize that quite outright, and it's maybe not the best for viewers that are trying to become better, and they see that kind of stuff and they're like, wow, I could never do anything like that. I'm not even gonna try. That's kind of the reason I try and be forthright with it, is because, you know, I want people to see that, you know, we're just normal people. We're all learning how to build. There's no point in gatekeeping what I'm using. There's no point in gatekeeping the reasons that I do these things. So, you know, obviously I'm gonna try and share as much as I can with you. And that's another reason I started doing these streams. This is the second stream. But another reason I wanted to do some streams like this, where we kind of design on camera, do buildy stuff on camera, is because everyone wants to be better at building. They want to obviously enjoy the content that people are creating, but at some point you become disconnected with content if you don't think it's achievable to do the things that your favorite content creator is doing. So we're going to try and be different on our channel, be the everyman builder, every person builder, and just try and help and grow with each other. And that's the idea. I was going somewhere with that, and now I don't really remember. There was a point to that all, and yeah, I don't remember. But this is looking pretty good. This is it's going well. It's a little generic, but we can add more shaping as we go along. We also are going to connect like this point here up to one of these points. Oh, little baby. Yeah, maybe I should sleep. I don't have my bed. Where did I put my bed? Oh, I know where it is. We were talking about building, I think. I want to keep talking about that. So, like, I feel like I wouldn't be able to do this build if I didn't do it in creative. I had such a hard time figuring out what I wanted to do to cover the Hall of Trophies that I I just put terraforming around it and called it that. That was it. And that wasn't... It was something to learn from, basically. And we learned, we grew, and came back, I don't know how long it took us, like a year later, and put this around the outside, and it looks so much better. I'm so happy that I kind of sacrificed a little bit of my integrity to build it in creative, if you see it like that. To build it in creative, take that time and the effort to try and plan something out that I would actually like, and I am happy for it. And I've designed a lot of different things now in creative, and I think it's helped me a lot. If I were to only build in creative, I feel like that would take me and my enjoyment out of the game. But going from creative designing to now like putting it in my world, I enjoy that personally. Like I feel like it doesn't take me out of the game at all. It makes me enjoy building a lot more because I get to see it I basically get to see it from all angles whenever I'm designing it in creative, and then going in and bringing myself like down to the ground and putting it in my survival. Oh, there's the beacon. And putting it in my survival world. I really enjoy that aspect of it, and getting to see like all of my hard work pay off. Oh my gosh. I swear I'm better at this. I do actually play the game. I don't PvP though. So, hello. Hey everybody that's joining. We're going on some tangent. I don't even know anymore. Building, yeah, I have the next like couple of hardcore episodes are going to be builds from I'm going to try and incorporate like some creative builds and then some freehand builds. That's the next episode's going to have one creative build and one freehand build, and I'm going to try and do that more, kind of like go between the two of them, mix it up a little bit, and always try and talk about the designing process and what I'm actually doing to create the things that I put in my world, because I feel like everybody that enjoys watching the videos should enjoy at least an explanation of like why I made things the way I did, why they turned out the way that they did, and maybe how that they can emulate it in their own worlds. Because I think that's important. Nowadays, lots of people are going on the trend of like, oh, I did this crazy thing, oh, I did that crazy thing, oh my gosh, I spent 400 days building, a house. And it's like, yeah, that's cool, it's impressive, good job. It's crazy. It's interesting to watch, but as a player of Minecraft, especially if you're new to the game, how are you going to see that and then want to continue to play the game? I feel like it's very bad for the new players of the game, because Minecraft, I mean, it's an old game, it's got a huge player base, but it's not going to grow. Is that a trident? It's not going to grow if we aren't friendly to the newer players, and that is what I want to try and be, is that extended hand, the guide to all the people that are trying to get better at building, because like if I can do it, anybody can do it. I only started playing Minecraft like a couple years ago, and only started building, I suppose, like when I started this YouTube channel, and I want that progress to be present in this world. I want it to be present on the YouTube channel, and in every video that I create, I want to try and include some information that maybe makes the community side of the game a little bit better, a little more friendly to the newer players, and I think that's important. Little rants. I have a notes app in my phone, and I have some like conversation topics that I might break out if I can't think of anything else to say. What have y'all been up to? Or do you, how about we continue on topic? Do y'all agree with that? Or are you just kind of listening to me rant a little bit about the creator space? Because I feel like if I were a casual viewer of Minecraft stuff, like Hermitcraft is the biggest series that I watch. I watch pretty much all the Hermits, and seeing them do their things, some of them, it's like, wow, I could never do that. And then there's other Hermits that are like, yeah, I could totally achieve whatever they're doing. And so I think they have a good mix in their community and in their player base on the server, but I don't know where I was going with that. I enjoy watching Hermitcraft, but some of the things that they do I feel like are really crazy, and then some of the things they do are really down to earth, and I think that's what brings them together as like a full enjoyable community. Because I think the reason Hermitcraft is so popular is because they are crazy good at the game, but they're also like the most real people in a way. They're they have fun with each other. They have the most like wholesome interactions with each other. They are just people being people, and then some of them are really good at building, and that's the bridge that they're gapping. Yeah, exactly. Like an entire farming district that they do in Hermitcraft is like never achievable by the average player. And honestly, I don't know if some things like that are supposed to be, if some mega builds are supposed to be achievable by the average player. Some of the time you just have to, like, as a creator, you have to take that liberty with your audience and show them like, hey, this is the reason you're watching me, and you know, here's a reward for that, I guess. And that's some crazy episode, crazy mega base, mega build, whatever. I think that's mainly the reason why people do it, is for that wow factor and like showing the viewers, hey, you know, keep watching me because I keep doing these cool stuff. But at the same time, it's not the best for everyone if that's the only thing you're doing, and it's not very down to earth. I think we're missing that a little bit in the community at the moment. Or maybe I'm just on the wrong side of the community. I mean, I pretty much indulge in like Hermitcraft episodes. I watch Fwip's hardcore series. I watch Waddles occasionally. I think he's pretty down to earth. He's a good guy to watch if you're newer. But at the same time, he puts out too many episodes to really have any... he puts out too many episodes too frequently to really care about the stuff that he's creating, or take the time to slow down at the pace of like a normal viewer, a normal person, someone new to the game. And, you know, there's definitely holes in the community at large that maybe need a little bit of improvement, but we're here. We're vibing. We're trying to do... Yeah, I've seen some of Wax Fraud stuff too. I don't really watch many other series. At least I can't think of any right now. Yeah, Wells Knight. I really wish Wells Knight would post a little bit more, because I wanted to get into watching him, but it just wasn't enough for me to get engaged, I don't feel like. But I know he seems like a really cool guy. And it'd be cool to I don't know, watch his stuff, because I feel like he'd be down to earth. But I think that's something that we might be missing nowadays in the community, is that little down to earth thing. But who knows, maybe I'm just wrong, and I am okay to admit that if I am. So if you guys think I'm wrong, or if I am actually wrong, I'll be the first to admit it. But that's just the way that I feel like the community is heading right now. Yeah, so I appreciate you saying that, because I feel like there's no point in hiding anything that YouTubers do. A lot of them may try and like hide behind the smoke and mirrors of content creation, their editing style, whatever. So my whole MO is to keep it simple. I tried to expand my editing knowledge. I only started video editing when I started my YouTube channel. So I've been learning as I go, and if you watch my survival series from the beginning to now, you'll see that they've definitely gotten better, but the entire style and the vibe I've tried to keep the same. And I may have like deviated from that here and there, but you kind of have to in order to learn some new things. I think the style now is going in a great direction. I think the favorite thing that I've done recently is my MCR episode 1. I'm kind of calling myself out here, but I rewatched that recently because I just love that video so much. I feel like I did such a good job with it, and the editing, the pacing, the storytelling, I just loved it entirely. And yeah, kind of calling myself out with that, but that's the kind of direction that I'd love to take it. And oh, well, thank you. So maybe I am onto something, but I feel like being down to earth is the easiest way to connect with people, because I mean, and it's easier too now because I have, you know, 2,000 some subscribers, and who knows, whenever I get however many I get, if that'll change me, but I really hope it doesn't. I don't think it will. I'm not that kind of person, really. Like what you're getting right now is me, except I'm actually really introverted, so trying to talk on stream is a challenge. And that's why I wanted to start streaming, is because I wanted to get better at riffing off the cuff, just talking, coming up with stuff to talk about. Yes, I use OBS for recording, and editing I just started using Premiere Pro and the Adobe Suite. Yeah, episode 1, sadly, I think we might only get a couple episodes out of MCR. That everyone is very small creators. We're all rather busy. We're not full-time content creators, and the servers kind of dwindled out a little bit just because everyone's busy with school and work and jobs and family and all that stuff. But I do have episode 2 coming at the end of this week, so that's something to look forward to for some of you peeps that care. It should be fun, but it won't be super long, and it will probably be the last one for a while, which kind of makes me sad. But I'm still going to try and have fun with it. Yeah, so I think Mr. Beast is another beast entirely, if you don't mind the little joke there. But the crazy off the cuff, I'm going to do the craziest thing I can think of because it'll get a million views, 10 million views, whatever. And that's the only reason I'm doing it, is just for that. There's no substance behind it. You're not learning anything. I mean, you may learn something from... I don't actually watch Mr. Beast, but you may learn something from the Squid Games video or whatever he puts out. I don't know what you're going to learn from 100 days trapped in a grocery store, but they are definitely fun to watch. And there's that fun aspect you really can't deny. These crazy things, these crazy challenges are entertaining. It's just not sustainable, I don't think, for the long term. And there's not enough people just talking and playing the game and enjoying the game, and we've deviated so much from the original Let's Play that it's hard. It's going to be hard pivoting back towards that, especially with the way that like the content creation sphere is going, the doom scrolling stuff with TikTok, Instagram Reels, whatever. It's not really headed in a favorable direction, but I do think that there's going to be that subset of the community that enjoys the old ways, that enjoys the slowness, the enjoying the time with the creator, the stuff that they put out, the meticulousness that they put in their worlds. And I think it might be a smaller subset of the community. I might just be, reaching for straws here, but like the old LP ways, I feel like need to make a comeback in some way, in some subset. And I think that they have evolved in a way, because some of the, like, speaking of Hermitcraft again, some of these like normal traditional video styles have underlying tones of a Let's Play. And I think nowadays it's just hard to do only Let's Play. So you kind of need a combination of Let's Play, of the crazy stuff. But I think a good bridge between that is learning how to slow down and talk through what you've done, what you've achieved. And I think that's what I'm going to try and do, is like do somewhat of the old style, slow it down a little bit, but at the same time try and engage the community in whatever way I can, in what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, why I'm doing it, all that stuff. And maybe some people like some parts of the video, some people like other parts, but hey, I mean, I'm not going to make one video for everyone. It's going to be a little bit of this, a little bit of that, trying to engage in this area, but also promote what I'd like to promote. So I'm not completely like left behind and left doing old videos that nobody wants to watch because they're too boring or slow or whatever. That's kind of the direction I want to try and go. Yeah, I think the hardcore stuff is kind of dying out at the moment. And one thing I want to do with my hardcore world is build a kingdom and build like a story. I didn't really portray that in episode 1 because I didn't know that at the time, but after I built the gatehouse in my second episode, I was like, you know what? I could really take this time and build something and create like a town, and then that's it. Like that's it. That's the world done. I'll move on to something else. Like if I take this, couple hundred square radius block, whatever, and fill it as much as I can with the story, with detail, with builds, everything that I can, I'll be happy. And it's kind of like the world's ending because you died, but really it's you completed everything you wanted to complete. I think we're going to take this out over here, and I think that's what I want to do. It's not going to be traditional, because usually hardcore worlds you go until you die, and what I want to do is go until I'm done. And that'll be 1,000 days, 2,000 days, whatever it is, something low, something that I've spent my time with, and it'll be a good time, and it'll be something that we can look back on and be like, hey, we made that was super cool, let's do it again, let's start another world, let's pick a different theme, let's go a different route, different direction, and kind of go with that. And you know, it might not be the traditional like hardcore attitude, but in my opinion, I think it still feels like the hardcore way. Like you're going until you die, until you're done, and that's what hardcore should be about, is until your world is over, that's when you play up until that last point. And I think it's going to be interesting trying to do. And I also, building back on trying to practice things, I think it'll help me with my town designing, with my planned stuff, picking themes, sticking with themes. I think we're gonna, in that world, we're gonna try and head for like a fantasy vibe. The starter house is not that vibe. That was, I didn't know what I was doing until like episode 2, I feel like. But we'll try and capture more of a fantasy vibe in the future. I've got two designs built in creative for the next 2 episodes of hardcore, and I'm really excited to share those because I'm very proud of them, and I feel like a lot of people are gonna like it. One of them is like my favorite build that I've ever created. I'm just so excited to share it with people. But that's still a couple weeks away because I have other stuff lined up, and you know, just life in general, because I'm a normal person and I have stuff going on and I can't dedicate 40 hours a week to building an entire mountain so I can move on next week and do something crazy. But slowly over time, we'll fill up this world, we'll fill up that hardcore world, and we'll make something beautiful, and I'll be hopefully proud of everything that I do. Like I was saying with the YouTube channel, I wanted to create something that I can look back on and say, yes, every single one of these videos, most of these videos I put my heart and soul into and put all my effort into, and they still stand up today. Whatever day that is, 2 years down the line, 3 years down the line, I can go back and be like, yeah, this video still stands. I can still watch it. It's still me. I don't want to change over that time. I want to be me until, the channel's done, or whatever happens. We'll see if I can achieve that, though. I'm talking a lot of smack for someone who only has 2,000 subscribers, but I feel like we'll get there at some point. And I mean, any kind of effort over time is going to deliver your responses. So, or not responses, results. So really, we just have to take our time and put the effort in, and I think we'll get there. And that's why another reason I'm trying to do this stuff, I'm basically multitasking with all the plans that I have. I wanted to start streaming at some point, and this was kind of like the perfect project to start working on over stream and practicing this way. And I also get to be productive for a couple hours and learn at the same time, practice at the same time, and kind of works out. And you guys get to hear me ramble for however many hours you decide to watch this. I feel like I'm gonna, not on purpose, kind of circle back on old topics and talk about stuff repeatedly, because once I get talking, I kind of don't shut up sometimes. But I feel like I don't watch live streams very often, so I don't really know how they're done. If people talk all the time, I know people interact with chat a lot, but I don't have too many viewers, and I don't blame you guys for not wanting to talk and chat and just kind of chill. I think I am basically just learning everything as I go. That's what it feels like. There's no guidebook or anything to YouTube, or I mean, I guess there are. I could definitely watch a video on how to stream better, how to be a better streamer, but I am okay with just figuring it out as myself, and I'm sure it'll be fine. How is this turning out? I have some topics that I was talking about earlier. Oh, that doesn't look very good. How can we make this better? I feel like we can't go super high, and we might have started a little too far out. Because right now the trajectory of this is gonna land like right there. Is that too tall? That's like double the size of that mountain. Okay. We're gonna move on to a different area. We'll let the other areas of the mountain develop. I'll take a drink real fast. If any of you were here for the first stream last week, I have a cough drop ready for whenever my voice inevitably runs out. I hope you guys enjoy just listening to me talk. Some games help diversify your audience. So I would like to play other games eventually, but being a small channel, you can't diversify too fast because you need to build one audience before you're able to successfully build an audience that's going to come back and watch the other games that you play. I would love to play other games. I would love to play different mod packs and stuff like that, but as it stands right now, I don't have a huge audience. Welcome. I don't have a huge audience. Not many people would watch other stuff that I post, so it'd be like trying to build an audience on two different fronts. But eventually I would like to start playing other games on stream, or like we'll do that on stream or have other videos for it. I don't really know. We'll kind of see as time goes on. Maybe at like 50,000 subs I'll start branching out, but I don't really know at this point because we're just trying to build the one audience. I would like to play other games though. I enjoy playing Destiny 2 at the moment, but that's probably on its way out pretty soon. And I played Starfield. I enjoyed playing Starfield, and then it got really boring really fast after I pretty much did everything. So maybe when that DLC comes out, we'll play it or something. I don't really have many friends that I play games with, so it's not like I have anything I could just hop on with people online and just have fun with. So I am open to suggestions if you guys have any games you'd like to see me play, or would be okay with seeing me play. But that probably wouldn't be for a while. Like making a video about it. I might do a stream here or there about doing random games. Maybe we'll get some of the MCR people on and we'll play like, I don't know, what's a game that you play with other people other than Minecraft? I think I hear people talk about, I think it's a little old for Among Us, right? That's a little outdated. People talk about Phasmo, right? I believe that's another game. I like playing RPG games, like Fallout, Starfield. Those are the only RPG games, I guess, that I played. The Fallout series and then Starfield. And Skyrim. I played Skyrim. We could do a OG Skyrim playthrough. That I actually wouldn't mind. Lethal Company. I have heard of Lethal Company, but I have no idea what it's about. I've only heard the name. But I feel like if I were to do other games and stuff, they'd have to be on stream. I couldn't do anything like a Let's Play or anything like that, because that's not the channel I want to build. But they'd have to be live streamed, and then they'd also have to be probably with friends. Watch Skyrim? Yeah, maybe we'll have a second channel, and it'll be like Coda's Corner of Skyrim, or other game Let's Plays. We talked about this other live stream, but I love that I was able to corner the market with my name, because I can take it anywhere. It's like Coda's Corner of Minecraft, Coda's Corner of Discord, of Twitter, whatever. It can be used anywhere. And I wasn't really thinking about that at the time of creating the channel. I kind of wanted something that would stand out a little bit and was an alliteration, easy to remember, and then just having Coda wasn't gonna work because I think someone else had a channel just named Coda. But it also have to be more than just my name. I feel like my name isn't iconic enough yet to bank on that entirely and build a YouTube channel just off of that. But maybe one day we'll drop the corner and it'll just be Coda. And I think I'd be okay with that. I'm gonna go in a little bit more and then swoop up. But other people do it. Other people pull it off well. Like Grian, he's just Grian. Mumbo's just Mumbo. Or I guess he's Mumbo Jumbo, but you know him as Mumbo. So maybe we'll evolve into something like that. I do think it would be fun to do a collab stream with some of my MCR buddies. Those are like the only friends I've made doing YouTube. And I guess some of the other creators that I've made, but I don't really converse with them as much as I have the MCR people. So I feel like it would be a little bit harder to say, hey, let's, we haven't talked ever, but let's go in and, do something together. Maybe, I went to MCC. That was really fun. I don't think many people know that, but the last MCC Rising, my team was the sub team. Didn't quite make it into the runnings, but some of the guys that I play MCR with also got together and we did an MCC Rising application. Also on the channel. I love it. It was so much fun to record. We did a lot of like back and forth, and tried to come up with this idea. We had only like a week to do it, and we came up with something really special. And I really think it's worth a watch. It's only like 3 minutes long. It's kind of like a trailer, I suppose, but it's really cool and really fun. Kind of bad. Yeah, I agree. It's this part isn't the best, but we are going to try our best to improve it. And we're doing it live, so just swallowing my pride. And we're gonna waffle through this. But yeah, MCC, that was cool to be a part of, and that was we're still in the group chat for MCC Rising, so there's a lot of like newer creators, not newer creators, I guess, off the wall creators, I guess might be a little bit better way to say that, that are in that group chat. A lot of people get together and do some stuff here and there, but I don't know. Might do it one of these days, might not. But I think eventually it would be fun to have some people to play with and stream along with. And maybe we'll get a Discord server up and running, like not an actual, like a Minecraft server through the Discord, and all the people in Discord can come through and we'll build on a server together and have fun, and we'll stream that. But yeah, I do recommend going to check out that trailer video, because Lance did a really good job on the editing, the basically everything. We all came up with the idea pretty much together, but the recording and stuff and editing, the dialogue was pretty much all Lance, and he did such a wonderful job with it, and it came out so well. And I was really upset at first that we didn't win, because I thought we were really creative. We had a really unique idea, and you know, we barely missed, basically. I mean, we were sub-team, the second sub-team, so we were almost there, and that's a little upsetting, but at the same time, it was just such a fun experience to be a part of that I would take, you know, being a sub-team any day if it meant getting to have that experience with the friends that I made and with the opportunities that it provided. I'd take it in a heartbeat. And it also meant that I didn't have to worry about streaming online. Be like that would have been my first stream, is doing an MCC, and I think that would have been way more stressful than what it is now. Because now we're just chilling, we're listening to Christmas music, and we're watching me play some blocks. That's a lot less stressful than trying to play games that I have never played before and learn them on the fly and do all that crazy stuff with a huge audience watching. Actually, probably wouldn't be that huge. I'd probably only be like a dozen people, but either way, it would be very stressful. Well, is there anything specific that made me want to do content creation? So when I was like 10, maybe, I wanted to be a YouTuber. I thought it'd be cool. I enjoyed watching YouTube videos. That looks really weird. None of this is gonna turn out right because I can't really focus. Yeah, I watched YouTubers. I didn't really watch anything Minecraft related. I don't know what I was watching back then, but I think at least a couple Minecraft things. I didn't really play at that point in my life because obviously it was very new. It was 10 years ago, 11 years. But I enjoyed watching YouTubers, and I thought it was really cool what they were able to do, and like they just get to play video games for a living. And that's not really the reason I started this channel. I didn't start it because I wanted to play video games for a living, which it'll be a nice bonus if it ever does happen. But I wanted a platform to like interact and have fun with, and basically do what I'm doing now, where I'm just kind of learning and bringing people along for the journey. I think that's maybe why I wanted to start it, was because I was learning, you know, new things about building as I was playing my older worlds, and it kind of just came to the point where, hey, you know, I wanted to be a YouTuber so long ago. I had a YouTube channel for like, I forget what it was. I think I had one for like Destiny clips, whenever Destiny 1 was the thing. I might have been like 13 or something, and it was not good at all, but that was the first channel that I tried. And then I kind of gave it up, you know, went to school and kind of forgot about it, I suppose. And then I picked up Minecraft again because I got a laptop for Christmas and I could finally play on Java Edition. And that's kind of what started me on this journey particularly. Oh, this is not gonna match. I went too high too fast. Maybe we'll have another peak. We wanted 4 anyway. That's kind of what started me on this journey, is getting that laptop and saying, you know, watching these creators that I found Hermitcraft at that time. I thought that all the stuff that they were doing was really cool. I wanted to try and emulate some of that in my world. I enjoy what they were doing. It seemed like they were enjoying what they were doing, and the community aspect of it I thought was really interesting, really unique, and I just really thought it looked like fun. And so I said, hey, what's the harm? It really couldn't hurt anything if I just tried, and try we did, and here we are, talking about content creation on livestream almost a year and a half later. Has it been? It's been, actually, what day is it? Yeah, it's been about a year and a half exactly, which is a little crazy to think about. But you know, here we are, and we're having fun. We're listening to Christmas music. I feel like everybody wants to be a content creator at some point in their lives, but then maybe that's just me. But I feel like I've heard a lot of people say stuff similar to wanting to be content creator. God, this is gonna be so much work. I think this section, we need to bring that down a little bit and this up a little bit. Currently not loving the way that looks, but I like that peak right there. We might keep that as our new peak, because it creates a nice little line. Yeah, a nice little line. And it's a little bit taller than that one. Is it obvious? We might need to go a little bit higher, so it's a little more obvious that it's taller. We'll probably have to loop the playlist too at some point, because I think it's only got like 40 tracks and it's almost over. Okay. I also might need to take a bathroom break at some point. I wonder how long, like in days, this is going to take, because currently it's looking like it's going to be a huge project. This might be months in the making. Is that too tall now? Actually, we're gonna knock this off and we're gonna leave this part. I do want to talk about some future projects, I suppose. So for this world, the main thing I want to focus on in coming times is the town area. I want to try and get this done, at least like this section of it done, before 4,000 days. We're already at 3,100 days, and the last thing I did was a world tour. I've been basically just mining this area for the past 100 days. And so yeah, we really need to pick that up, but we might not achieve that the way that I want it to be, at least in only 900 days, especially if we're doing stuff like this. So I'm not really going to worry about the day count. If we need to make another map, we'll just make another map. But I do think we need to make a bigger map since we are expanding into this area. So we will have to do something with that. I think, so yeah, future projects, we're going to do this town area and try and fill this out. I have a couple of big projects that I want to work on like kind of slowly over time and kind of have them be like live stream projects. What am I doing? The mountain is one of them. Oh, this probably needs to come out further. The issue that I had with the first mountain is that it just kind of ends and it doesn't look like it should. Like there's no bracing in the ground for where the mountain should be at. And it doesn't look right. It looks out of place, basically. And we might sleep. I'm out of rockets. And my ender chest is so far away. Oh, this was a bad idea. Yeah, so we're going to try and do some town builds. The next episode in the survival world will be a build probably right there. And if you don't want to use a town hall for villagers, you could do an art gallery type vibe. And it has a space for bigger maps. I agree. So initially, we're going to take another detour. Initially, I wanted to include a bunch of artwork in the town hall and like have them be viewer suggested. Kind of like if you go to a town hall, there's a bunch of paintings everywhere that are dedicated by people, and I wanted there to be like paintings everywhere that are just dedicated by viewers, basically, and kind of, you know, bring you all in to interact with this build a little bit more, have something in the world that you could call your own. And, you know, you just kind of pick a painting, say where you wanted it, and I put it in with your name. We got like four or five people suggest paintings. I never got around to putting them in, and I think we could definitely take that idea and put it into the whatever new interior we do. I definitely don't want to do it with villagers. I am kind of set in stone on this not being anything with villagers. I want it to be the central area of our new town. I want it to be a storage building. It's got easy access to where I want to put the chests and stuff, and we could totally turn it into something like an art gallery and make the bigger expanded maps in that area. Which means we would need to... Oh, I have an ender chest in here. We would need to fill out a little bit of the map in like this portion of the region in that 4,000 days. We wouldn't have to do the entire town. We could fill out that section of the map and call it good, and then move on to whatever next section we end up moving on to. But so some of you know what I'm talking about. We have a little base map over in that Hall of Trophies we were talking about earlier, and it has basically the main part of the region that I thought I would expand to, but we are setting our sights a little bit further out, as you can tell with that mountain. But this was the region I initially wanted to just fill up, and we've filled up most of it. But we also moved on to like the horse course area, and this was the most recent map. So we have none of the horse course basically. I mean, none of this is here anymore, and we have all this section to work on. The town hall is like barely off the map right there. So if we just fill in even some of this area, I'd be okay with that. I could live with that and be fine with that progress. But we could definitely take a gigantic map of the area and make it like a centerpiece in the town hall, and make it kind of like an art gallery, and then also include the paintings that I wanted to include, the viewer suggested ones. So that'd be pretty fun. And thank you for that suggestion. I didn't even think about that. So I think this side is good. I think this little line that we did is pretty well done. The other sides need a little bit of love. We might completely tear down those two. But right now we're going to do this little side. I hopefully have enough stone for this. So what I was talking about, I want the mountain, this one kind of feels like it's just placed here, and I don't appreciate that. I don't think it looks quite right. So we need to bring it out a little bit further and give it like bigger roots, and I think that'll help it feel more in place than what that one feels like. But you see how much better this is going to look whenever we're actually done? I mean, having this entire backdrop, I'll be able to fill out this valley even more with builds and the backside and everything like that. I think it'll be really nice when it's all done. It's going to be a long time before that happens, though. This project, honestly, will probably take us a couple months. And we might even just spend a week on outlining stuff. You know, little bits at a time, though. Ugh, I need to take a drink. How have y'all been doing today? Done anything fun? I did the dishes today. Now I'm live streaming. I also edited, I guess. I like the Christmas music. It's very calming. I think the next stream that we'll do, I want to try and do like a challenge stream, and we're gonna do something that we try and turn into a short. I think it would be a fun little experiment, kind of like the Wither Skull thing that we did, that probably many of you don't know about, but something along the lines of those, but just kind of myth busting, like on camera. And it's not really a myth that we're gonna try and bust. I want to basically see how many diamonds you can get from like a single netherite pickaxe, no enchants or anything like that. I want to see how long it takes to wear it out, and then how many diamonds you can get, and like how, I guess, useful maybe just a regular netherite pickaxe is, but I don't know. We'll see how that evolves. I think that would be fun to do on stream though. You know, I think we need a little divot we might take this and go down a little bit and then shoot it up. Or should this connect to there? I think we'll go down. I was gonna go out and then there are... Oh, wow, that's crazy winds. Is there like a tornado or something happening? I have not gone out today. I plan on going out later for dinner, and that's about it. Today's my day off, so I'm trying not to go out and do anything. I'm enjoying just relaxing. I'm not actually very relaxed at the moment, just because we're on stream. But that's kind of the idea, is to just chill and do stuff. And not go outside, because it's really cold outside right now. I think it's like 26 degrees. Not very fun to be outside in. I feel like after stream I need to go and like touch grass or something. Get up and walk around. Maybe take my dog for a walk. We'll see how that goes. I'm liking this line better. It's better than the other one. Hello, welcome to the stream. We're doing something. It's going a direction for sure. I don't quite know if it's a good direction, but we are moving that way. Whatever it ends up being. I don't even know what to talk about anymore. I feel like I've exhausted my ramblings. Did we run out of shulker? We did. We moved on. This area I'm excited to work on because I was not happy with it at all whenever we did do it. I am missing a shulker box. Where did I put it? You make a new world and beat the Ender Dragon in less than 30 minutes on Donation. I'm not doing that. I am not a speedrunner. I also don't think I have donations turned on, so... Does anybody remember where I put my shulker box? We're missing an entire shulker box. No. Oh, okay, yeah, sorry. Maybe some other time. We'll do some crazy challenge on stream. Oh, but that area I was talking about, I recently just took all that area out. I was not happy with the way it was looking, and similar to, yeah, top of the hill, maybe? I just looked there, though, so I might just be blind. Oh my gosh. I just missed it. I'm so... Okay. My brain isn't functioning properly. Yeah, what were you talking about? The terraforming. Good. Glad you're doing good today. It's always a good day to be doing good. I feel like I do good most of the days. Some days I'm a little stressed, some days I'm a little tired, but most days are decently good. And I think that's really all you can ask for. Yeah, half the days. That's not a bad not a bad amount. Anyway, oh, terraforming. Yeah, we need to do an entire terraforming project over there and completely redo the idea. It's still going to be a horse racetrack, and it's still going to function like we wanted it to in the beginning. It's just hopefully going to look better than what we had. I got any tips for streaming? No, this is my second stream. If I could suggest anything, have a list of things to talk about. Because I'm not a very talky person, and so trying to get myself to talk throughout all these streams has been quite the challenge, but it's something I wanted to work on, so we're here, we're doing it, and hopefully it hasn't been too bad to listen to. But definitely try and have some things prepared to talk about. I have a list on my phone of the stuff that I want to talk about, or like if I need topics to stream about or talk about while streaming, and I haven't touched it yet, thankfully. But I've kind of just talked about projects for the world, upcoming stuff, videos, opinions. Doing good for your... Yeah, thank you. Trying to do the best that I can with the experience that I have. We'll get there. I feel like it's a lot easier whenever you have people like interacting and asking questions and, you know, joining in the conversation, which I appreciate you all doing, but it's hard whenever there's only 10 people watching. So I don't blame you at all for just kind of chilling and not engaging a little bit. How often do I stream? I'm going to try and start streaming once a week. We'll see how well that pans out, but pretty much on my days off, which today is my day off, so we're streaming. I also have a day off tomorrow, but I'm not going to stream unless I get a wild hair at my ass or something, but I have more stuff to do in real life, and I don't really have time to stream. But we'll see. 70 degrees? It's 26 degrees here. I kind of envy you a little bit. I wish I could have my windows open while doing this. I feel like I'd be a little cooler. I'm a little hot at the moment, but I can't open a window because it's below freezing outside. And that's not really a good idea, especially whenever you pay for your own heating. Northern Bros. Yeah, I'm in the Midwest, and it's disgustingly cold. And thankfully, we don't have 50-mile-per-hour winds like some of you viewers, but it is disgustingly cold. It doesn't look bad. I like that. That's a good shape. I feel like it's got a good balance of weight. Now we need to figure out where we're going to put that point, because it kind of intersects with the iron farm, and that's not the best. Looks good. Thank you. We are going to take out the back sections, though, because those aren't in the direction that I wanted to be heading, but we'll do that. Maybe I'll do that later, whenever there aren't people watching and it's super boring. I do think it would be fun to try and build and design more on stream so that people can kind of go through the creative process with me and we can all kind of learn together. A lot of the times whenever I'm building in creative mode or in survival mode, a lot of it, we're going to do a lot of terraforming to the old mountain. Not a lot, I guess. We'll do some terraforming to the old mountain and then definitely some to this mountain, because it's going to be really gross if we just have nothing on this mountain. One thing we could consider is bringing up terrain and making like a custom hill or a plateau in this area, but I don't know if I want to do that. I think it'd make more sense geographically, but at the same time, I'm not trying to put that much effort into this. This is supposed to be a backdrop, and I did cut off a little bit of my future building space, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. Maybe we'll have like a separate town or something over there. We have to finish one town first, though, before we start another project. Maybe we could connect it like this from this angle here. Maybe. And then have like a sheer cliff face in this area. Could work, could work. We'll try that. We'll try that real fast. Not real fast, it'll take a little bit. Giant chains or bridge? What do you mean? Between the mountains? Maybe. It's supposed to be like a mountain range. We're trying to connect this mountain with those ones over here, and then also give us a nice backdrop for a town that we're developing in this area. Like, all this eventually is going to be a town, and I want a nice little backdrop here. I had this one mountain sitting here, and a trail could be cool. And yeah, we could add maybe a bridge somewhere. But yeah, it's supposed to be more of like a backdrop thing. And so I don't want too much on this face of the mountain, kind of distracting from the town itself. But I do have ideas for some stuff that we can add in little places. Like this area is a little monument, a little grave site, or something that just kind of adds a little life to the world. And I want to do basically little spots like this. And if we have like a little trail going up the mountain, we could definitely include a bunch of these stuff in along the trail. That would be really cool, actually. Thank you. I like that idea. Hiking trail. We need to sleep. I'm trying not to up the day count because I don't want to sleep through every night and have a bunch of time wasted. A little shading since the stone of the different mountains blend together from far. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to do a lot of work shading. We did some shading on this mountain, but we'll also have to do work trying to get them all to look like one cohesive piece in one mountain range together. But we did some shading like this that we'll probably do on the mountain, and whenever we put the snow on top, that'll help kind of break up the stone and the stone and the stone, because it's really hard to tell what's happening right now. So we'll work on that, and we'll learn how to do that, I suppose. I think I want to start this tendril, like, right here. Also, I don't know if they're called tendrils. That's just what I've been calling them. I don't know if I'll stop calling them that. We could call them, like, little... Okay, I do need to sleep. We could call them little, like, octopus arms. Because it's kind of like an octopus having arms go out in all directions. Ridge lines? That sounds way more professional than tendrils. Ridge line. Ridge line. Yeah, I'll call it a ridge line. Oh my gosh. I forgot to start the replay recording. Oh no. Oh well. We'll start the episode with, hey look, there's a mountain. This is supposed to be more of a stream project though. I don't know how much of a video it'll produce, just being, you know, doing outlines and placing blocks. It's kind of boring. So I'm okay with just doing it on stream and talking about it here and there in the videos. Please, Mr. Creeper Man, leave me alone. Alright, I think that's good enough. So, from here, I think we want to take about the same kind of curve as that one. Yeah, I could, but I think it's also going to be revealed in the episodes, because this is not going to be the next episode. It's going to be like 3 or 4 episodes down the line, maybe 4 or 5. I do want to record some of it. I want to talk about some of it in a video, but it's mostly supposed to be a live stream thing. So if I don't record much, I don't care too much. It's for the aesthetics. Although I should care, because this is a lot of effort for not making a video out of it. I just feel like it wouldn't be a very entertaining video, and that's not the kind of videos. Okay, thanks for joining. Bye. I don't want to make an entire video of me just placing blocks on a mountain. I feel like that's not very fun. You think so? I don't know. So I did a little bit of, yeah. I don't know. I still have time to consider what I'm gonna do, so maybe I'll change my mind and we'll do something like that. Or maybe I'll just turn it into a short, make it like a minute long. I spent hundreds of hours on this, and here it is in 30 seconds, or 60 seconds, whatever. It's like shooting myself in the foot. Oh no. Okay, Elytra's still doing good. Got a lot of projects that I want to work on stream though. I just don't have the time to stream all the time. I don't have the energy, first off, because A, I'm an introvert, B, I'm very new to this, and I'm sure I could come up with a C, but I have a lot of stuff that we could do on stream, but I don't know if we'll be able to in a timely manner. We'll get to it eventually, but I don't know how much of it is going to be done this year, within the next year. There's a lot of stuff to do. I feel like some of my... okay, so people talking about the most recent video, a lot of them talk about their motivation, and like in the comments in the Discord, people are talking about it, and how like they don't really have the motivation to do things on the scales of YouTubers and all that stuff. They don't feel like there's any purpose to creating builds in their worlds because no one's going to see them or anything like that. I feel like I can't really talk about that. I'm going to do ABC again. I can't talk about it because I actually do like have a channel. I do share my builds and stuff, and there's a platform for me to share what I'm doing. So it's hard for me to talk about motivation from the same lens that people talk about motivation. Oh, welcome. Background music is from Epidemic Sounds, and it is a very festive Christmas playlist, and it's just it's called Peaceful Christmas Music. And we're just chilling, so welcome. I find my motivation comes from my enjoyment of the game. I started a YouTube channel because I wanted to grow and, as a builder, and I thought it'd be fun to have a community to build along with me. And my biggest motivation playing the game is just having fun with what I'm doing. So, it may not be super fun to watch me build a mountain entirely, but I have a lot of fun building a set piece for my town. That's the main drive, I suppose, behind me wanting to do the things that I do. And I haven't had motivation issues since starting the channel. The only thing that I've had issues with is time, and then also energy. With real life stuff going on, I haven't always had the energy reserves to record and think about videos and stuff. And it's always on my mind. I'm always coming up with ideas for content, ideas for videos and whatnot, but the motivation has never left, and I don't know if it will leave. I'm sure I'll reach a point where I'm near burnout someday down the road. Oh, that looks pretty good. That's really wonky, but when we connect these two pieces, hopefully it'll look less wonky. I think I can live with it for now. But motivation, I am just motivated by wanting to create. You also know Krazen. Yeah, Krazen and I are buddies. I'd like to think we're buddies. Done a couple things together, and we chat somewhat frequently. Motivation, though, I enjoy just building and getting better. I think if I reach a point where I can't get any better at building, which I don't think will ever happen with this game, and with the potential that building in Minecraft could go, I think at that point, if I was just done challenging myself and done learning new things, then I would lose motivation. But I think I really get that drive from being able to learn something new, from being able to try something new, and being able to just express my creativity in my mind. Because I've always been a creative person. I've never had the avenue to express it all the time. I can't really draw. I've been trying to practice and get better at drawing. I haven't played any other game but Minecraft that I've really clicked with and been able to use that creative drive that I have. So that, I think, whenever I run out of, maybe if my creative juices ever run out, or if I ever reach a point where I can't learn anything new, then I might lose a little bit of motivation. But in terms of present motivation in the future, I don't see that happening. So whenever it comes to talking to people about motivation, I would love to help people find motivation for their world and for what they want to create. But at the same time, we're different people. I'm going to find motivation from different things, and stuff that might work for me may not work for everyone, but maybe it'll help some people. So I'm still going to try and maybe make a video about motivation, staying motivated, but I feel like I haven't encountered enough issues with motivation to have the experience to educate people on that side of it. So maybe that's something we make in a couple years from now. But I would love to help the people that are, asking me for help, asking about how do I stay motivated. But really, my answer is just, I enjoy what I do, and I'm not even a full-time creator yet, so we'll see how crazy I get. I'll probably, I guarantee you, as soon as I go full-time, if I ever go full-time, I will have a burnout so fast, because if I don't find that balance in my life between the things that I want to create, the creativity that's in my mind, and the effort and energy that I put into it, I will not do well. And I feel like a lot of my ideas come from a good balance that I find in my life. If there's too much of one thing or too much of another, or too much stress in some area, I generally don't feel as relaxed enough to be creative and come up with ideas, because most of the stuff that I come up with is just on the fly. I'm standing in line somewhere and I'm just kind of daydreaming and not necessarily dozing off, but my mind is just wandering. I love you too. My mind just wanders, and I have a list in my phone of all the ideas that I have to keep in my mind and write down, and it's a very long list. So we have a lot of videos to make, and it should be fun. I'm out of stone. it's a good thing. So I started mining that area over there because I knew I was going to need a lot of stone for this project. And I think I was right. I think I anticipated that well. We don't have much stone in our reserves. We emptied it out doing the Wither Skeleton farm, I believe. Most of it was taken up by smooth stone slabs, which is a little unfortunate, and the timing wasn't really great. But yeah. I think this line is going to connect up there. Oh, that looks good. I like that. Maybe we'll connect it up there. That looks a little awkward, though. Let's go fix that. I also can't wait to have moderators, because I have no idea what I'm doing on stream. And I have no idea what I'm doing in, like, Discord and stuff. So having people to moderate for me and help out a little bit will be nice. Yeah, at least learn how to spell right. I think we're gonna connect it like right there. We're gonna try and connect these two pieces up. So what I found whenever I was designing this mountain was kind of do like broad strokes outlines and then try and connect where you can and make them fit. I mean, obviously it's a little hard in just like first person perspective to try and visualize everything, so FreeCam helps me a lot with that. But the general idea is to create some broad strokes with the outlines and then kind of connect them where you can and try and create like a cohesive idea or outline or sketch or whatever. And like that? Yeah, I'm reading comments. Hope you have a good day too. Looks pretty good. I think we're doing a lot better with connecting it into the ground. This one might need to come out a little bit further, but I also don't want to encroach too much on this area. I mean, I don't really have any plans for this part of the town, I suppose. We have a couple of spots for like where we have outlined buildings, but none of it's set in stone. Oh, set in stone, get it? Because we're building with stone? Oh, that's awful. Such a bad joke. I'm so sorry. What we should do is connect these two now. We're gonna find somewhat of a midpoint. Yeah. I mean, they can try. I'm chilling. We need to sleep though. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're gonna try and connect those two peaks. We're gonna bring them down a little bit. And like, let me show you. Hang on. We're gonna come down probably like that in that area maybe. And yeah, I think that's a good spot. So where's this? Right about there. Okay. See if we can find that again. Right here. Alright. Is that... Here we go. Does that look right? About middle? Yeah. Alright. And I didn't really do this much on the first mountain that I did because it wasn't... I mean, it wasn't very big. I just connected a bunch of the outline parts, but another thing that could help is defining where you want your peaks and your troughs to be. So... Oh, one moment. So... Yeah, I mean, this is the second mountain that I'm ever going to have built. I'm learning as I go. Left nothing but context and 8 and then go. Yeah. And I think the more that we talk about them, I guess, the more power we give them. So I'm just kind of brushing it off and moving on. Plus, who are they? Right? Congratulations. Yeah. Second mountain, so I'm still learning. I'm kind of trying to take inspiration from some of what Whip is doing with his mountain. I saw him like doing pillars up to peaks, and I thought that was a good idea to outline some of the peaks and whatnot. So that's what we're doing, and I think it's going pretty well so far. Yeah, that looks like it'll be a good line. I'll go maybe up a little bit more. I really think I do. I think I should quit YouTube. You're right. Just quit and move to some secluded island and wallow in self-pity and just end it all. I agree. This is going to be such a long project. We have so many blocks to place. I am the worst. I'm very bad at this game. That's why I'm playing it in front of people, so that I can get better. How does that look? Like, I like this initial curve, but I feel like it just needs to be higher. At the beginning of the project, it might be fun. Yeah, actually, we should check that now. Maybe I'll take a screenshot of my statistics. Items, stone. I wish there was a way to search. Okay. Can I screenshot that? Okay, cool. I got a screenshot of it, so we'll see how that goes. One second. Okay. Goodbye to that person, whoever was wallowing in their own self-pity. Yeah, no, I just banned them so that it wasn't bringing down the vibes. I'm okay with having people, you know, be hateful or whatever. I don't really care because, you know, at the end of the day, who are they? But I don't want it to ruin the experience for y'all. So we'll just take them out for now, and hopefully it stays chill and peaceful. Okay, so maybe I'll just start this a little bit higher and see if we can copy the same curve. I hope you guys are learning a little bit of something. I'm trying to teach as we go along, and I can't really tell if it's comprehensible, but, you know, we're trying. The music is kind of hitting right now. See, how's that? A little bit higher. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. I like that. So I might not do the stream that I was talking about next week. I think we might change it up a little bit. Plus, it's also Christmas, so maybe we'll do something fun instead. Which I don't think doing a little challenge won't be fun. I just think that we could do other things, maybe. So if you guys are into the idea, maybe we'll do a little building stream. I have some stuff I need to design for the next episode of the survival series. I've got stuff designed for the hardcore world already. I just kind of need to build them and record the episodes for it, whatever. But I have an idea for what I want the next episode of the survival series. This world. It won't be the mountain. I don't know how many times I've said that now, but I have an idea for a build in a farm that's gonna look pretty cool, I think, that we can design on camera. It's very far outside of my style, so it'll be another great thing to learn and interpret as we go along and see, you know, what we can come up with together. Maybe we'll come into something cool, but we'll see. Only time will tell. And who knows, maybe I'll start working on it and do like basic stuff. I think it ended. I have to restart the playlist. We'll probably do basic things if I do any designing on stream. We'll do some basic outlines first and kind of work through my ideas so that I'm not completely streamer brained while trying to design something. Very nice and not what I would call Christmassy. Yeah, it's sort of Christmassy, but at the same time, it's like it's just elevator music. I feel like it's music you would hear at a mall. Like during this time of year, it's just the music you would hear at a mall. Do Christmas Village? Yeah, see. I would love to do something like that, something for the season, but I don't have the time, which is unfortunate. But I think it would be really fun. Maybe next year we'll do something Christmassy. I was talking about doing some. I was talking with Quark, who's one of the MCR people I play with, and talking about doing like a Christmas Village in MCR. But as it stands right now, MCR is on a little bit of a pause. So we don't have time for that because we're, people that have lives and we're not full-time content creators. And it was a little too late for us to get started on something like that and have it done by Christmas time. So we're just gonna doing what we have planned so far. We could do a little hut or something and kind of commemorate streaming maybe. We'll throw a couple of your names on it or something and make it a little monument to the first ever couple streams. Yeah, I like that idea. And we could even, so we have this backside here. We could do a little bit of a snowy cottage over there. Could be fun. Is this might be too thick of a peak. Wow, actually, I like that a lot. That looks good. Yeah. Yeah, that turned out really nice. All right. So we went from really not great lines at the back to some really good lines at the front. I like those. Oh my gosh. You just dedicated so much of your day to trying to bring someone else down. I hope you're happy with yourself. Welcome back, and have fun making another account. That's honestly really funny. Think of like all the effort that they have to go through to make another account just to come back and try and like, I don't even know what they're trying to do, what they're trying to achieve. But to go through all that effort just to get banned every time they come back. Have a good one. Hope you have a good day. Thank you for joining. Yeah, I know. And it's like there's a dozen people here. Like, what are you gonna achieve? I feel a little bit bad for them. They must be just like super unhappy with their own life, and it's a little sad. Well, so maybe, but at the same time, I think the people that do that are just lashing out because they're upset with their own lives. They're upset at like other people's success. Maybe I wouldn't call what we're doing right now anything successful, but some people are just that unhappy with their lives, and it's a little sad that they don't really have any other outlet, so they come and they try and bring other people down to their level, and it's just unfortunate that they don't have the help that they need, or maybe the support system that they need that would keep them from acting out like that. But they're just people too, and they might be a little more hurt than us, and that's, I think, why they're acting out like that. But you never know. We'll see. We'll ask them if they come back. There's a good chance they'll try and come back again. We'll ask them, like, hey, are you okay? Do you need a hug? Well, I mean, sometimes it could be more than just one bad day, You never know how someone else's life is. You can't really ever... Oh, that's a really bad line. You can't really ever put yourself in someone else's shoes. So it's hard to say. But we'll ask him. Oh, welcome back. Yeah, not too much. We're tearing down. We got a good line over here, and then this one isn't very good. I think it needs to start lower. I think it just needs to go lower. But at the same time, maybe it needs to start from somewhere else. Maybe that's the issue. We'll pick another spot to start it from, and then try again. What should I do if I'm having a really bad thoughts? I don't want to say distraction, but that is the most common response, I guess, to bad thoughts. But you want to try and work through your feelings, why you're feeling them, and try and get to the root of them. Just because, you can only distract yourself for so long. Eventually, you're going to have to come to terms with whatever's bringing you down. And I personally do a lot of like self-reflection whenever I maybe have bad thoughts or whatever I'm feeling has me down. And a lot of the times it just comes down to, something else is going on that's kind of throwing me off, something that I can work through maybe. And if it's not something that I can really work through or something that I can control, then I try and distract myself a little bit, try and do something else and take my mind off of whatever is getting me down. But at the same time, it's not as easy to remove yourself from those bad thoughts if you're, like, say, in an environment that has those that perpetuates those bad thoughts. Then it's a lot harder for you to get away from them, to distract yourself from them. So it just comes down to whatever you find works and whatever helps. Sure, yeah, like Minecraft. You just need something that's a little bit of a distraction and a little bit of an outlet for whatever you're feeling. Whether it be like some physical activity, if you join a sport, go on a walk. Walks are very underrated. If you are feeling bad, sometimes getting outside is really helpful. Okay. Told you they'd be back though. How are you okay? Like, are you doing all right? Whatever your real name is everything okay at home? Do you need someone to talk to? Is that why you're lashing out? You're right. We should build a bridge. Yeah, you're welcome. I am sorry that, that's not the entire topic of this conversation. Is some distractions are getting in the way of this, but there are things out there that you can look up. Self-help guides, people on YouTube that dedicate their entire channels to topics like this. So there are resources out there for you. Don't ever feel like you're alone in whatever you're going through. It may feel like that, and I guarantee you it probably does feel like that, but there are things out there, there are people out there, communities you can join, people you can watch that are there to help you, and whether it feels like it or not, they are there. I think it needs to swoop more. I think we need to go the other direction with it. This one is too low. Or too, concave? And that one's too convex. I think we're gonna go with the concave one. This is like the third time we're doing this line. Yeah, so you don't always have to act out. I mean, you just kind of think about why you're feeling the thoughts that you're feeling and try and work through that. I get that. Bullying nowadays especially can be relentless, and it's a little hard to avoid that. I was bullied in high school. Not a lot, but I feel like it's something that most people go through. And bullying, or the victims of bullying often are the silent majority. But you're not alone. There are other people that go through the same thing as you, but your experiences are also valid. Like, I'm not trying to reduce whatever you've been through. You've been through what you've been through, and I'm sure it's been a lot, but there are people that have similar experiences, similar stories, and they've all made it. And if you're worried about not being able to make it, then there's, I mean, there are people there for you, and people that have been through it, and people that are trying to help and spread positivity. As much as it may feel like you're in a dark place or not in a positive space, there is always a sunrise after each night. So try and keep that in mind and don't let it get you down too much. It's my advice. And you don't have to get down on yourself for one or two little mistakes. You always have the potential to change. Having a bad day doesn't make you a bad person. It's what you choose to do with your experiences that kind of define who you become. Sorry if it got emotional for y'all. I'm just vibing, I suppose, trying to help out. I hope that was somewhat helpful. Oh, we might have swooped too much. I feel like, okay, I like the angle, but I feel like it's too close. It's gonna be too much of a high rise. Unfortunate. Okay. We should turn on some like sad music to match the vibe that the conversation turned. I'm sorry if that hit a little too close to home for some of you. No, you don't have to say that. There's a place for all of us. You just gotta find it. And you can't really find it easily. You have to go through some stuff before you're able to find what your place in the world is. Oh, I think we're out of stone. We need to go get more. We've only used up like a shulker box and a half so far, and we've got... Oh my gosh. It's gonna be such a big project. Well, I hope I was able to help you somewhat. A little kindness can go a long way. Just trust the process. I'm getting a little tired. We might have to end this in a little bit. We'll go for a little bit longer. Maybe we'll try and finish the outline, and then we'll end the stream. Half an hour to an hour. Also, I hope your day goes better than what it may have been up to this point. I feel like we got a little too real. I need to turn on some more upbeat music or something. We'll get some hip-hop. Oh my gosh. Get some hip-hop EDM in here. Dinson, 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 Dinson. I had this idea to make a dance montage, or like a gearing up montage to some like EDM song or something. I don't listen to EDM, but whenever I'm going through Epidemic Sounds trying to find music for videos, I run into so many like fun, energetic songs, and I want to use them, but I have no context to use them in. And I think it'd be fun to do some kind of like gearing up montage with the music. Maybe try and do a dance montage, which I actually might be able to do in the next episode now that I think about it. Little insight to what we're doing. We're going to try and make a disco club. Yeah, there's always someone out there. Even if like you don't know them personally, there are people that are trying to help you, whether you can see that or not. There's a lot of resources available nowadays for mental health, resources for people that might be struggling a little bit. So I suggest maybe trying to dig into some of that. Try and work through whatever's got you down. Yeah, I like that. It looks better. We do need to take like this off. But other than that, I think this line is pretty good. Maybe down a couple more. It's just being good for people. you just be good for the sake of being kind and helpful to people. There's too much disconnection from reality nowadays. Sometimes you just need a kind hand. This is gonna be so much work. I didn't even look at how much stone we had placed already. I think it was like 300,000. We might get up to 1 million. I don't know. It's gonna be a lot. There you were. Okay. Let's get rid of this. I think we'll try and rework those back ones. I don't know if I'll tear them down, but I'll try and redraw them. Oh. We also need to figure out what we're going to do for terraforming so we can get some blocks prepared. I do probably want to do... Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at getting this. We'll need a lot of snow, so we'll need to do a snow farm at some point. We'll need probably moss and lots of dirt, which we did collect a bunch of dirt and grass from doing that project. Maybe like brown concrete and stuff like that. We'll get a spruce farm going because I do want to put like a spruce section over where that forest is. Try and connect the two as best we can. And I can't really think of anything else at the moment. Some moss. We need to do a moss farm. That's on the project agenda for streaming. Something, those types of farms that are just ugly, I want to put in builds, but I also have a bunch of space. I mean, this mountain is going to be completely hollow, so we need something to put in here, but I don't want to stick just farms in here, so I think we'll try as best we can to move farms into builds, and then whatever we can't fit in this area, we'll try and put in the mountain, and I think that's not a bad way to do it. I can't say. I don't know your situation very well, but the some of the connections that we have with people are really hard to replace, or some of the deeper connections that we have in life are unavoidable, like especially if it's a parent or a parental figure. It's hard to disconnect yourself from needing that affection from them. Yeah, larger farms would be better. I'm trying to think of what to say. It's tough, is what it is. And I don't really have experience with that, so I don't know how to help you or what to say. But I'm sure are people that are going through it as well. And maybe they have some better insights. But it is hard to disconnect yourself from some relationships. So I can understand why it's maybe more hurtful from someone that you expect more love from. And I'm sorry for that. We also need to connect. Yeah, we could do a waterfall. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm just flying around thinking of what I want to do. Waterfall would be really cool. I wanted to do an axolotl pond. Something like some nature hot spring or something in one of the little alcoves of the mountain. So we could do like a waterfall going from like here into like a pool of water and then maybe down and flow into the river. That could be cool. Because rivers usually start from somewhere. So if we have the start of our river be from a spring in the mountain, that could tell a story. And we're all about telling stories here. Yeah, I like that idea. Waterfall. God, I'm gonna have to go through the chat and write down all these ideas that you guys had. And I'll make sure to keep your names so we'll shout you out in the video whenever we add them. Okay, what are we doing now? I want to connect these two somehow. Or maybe... Should we connect this point to here? Or to here? Oh, right here. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay. Where were you there? Okay, from like right here. Try and go up and connect this. How do I want it to look? I want it to... I think we might put one of the tree farms in the mountain. It's going to be tall enough to have a tall tree farm. And those are very ugly, and it uses TNT. So that's going to be hard to keep a build around. Especially if the farm itself keeps trying to blow up the build. Maybe we'll move the mangrove farm up here. So it's not buried underground completely. Could be something. But we do need another tree farm at some point, so that wouldn't be bad to stick in here. How does that look? Okay. Yeah, I can live with that. Maybe maybe I should make a mountain building guide after this is all done. How to make a mountain. I'll have had, hopefully, plenty of experience. How's that? Yeah, that does not look half bad. We might need to soften this corner a little bit. To do a waterfall, you might want to do outline it before you put the mountains. Yeah, true. So what we could do, I had a plan for a little water pool right here. And I wanted to do a little spring or something that came out here. So we can just terraform, not terraform, but I guess in the outlining, keep a similar idea that we had right here. And just do that with the upper pool and then curve it around the waterfall. But the waterfall we could do as like its own piece that we spend a lot of attention on. Like during the outlining process. Like we could get that section done before we do other parts of it. Or we could turn that into like an episode or something. That'd be a great episode. I built a waterfall, and that was all I did. I'm sure people would love that. But yeah, I agree. We do have to be intentional about wherever we place... Oh my goodness. We do have to be intentional about wherever we place the stuff around it. Make it look as natural as we can. I have a feeling that we're going to be doing a lot of build, tear down stuff. How did I want to do this? I want to... Well, maybe I'll just leave it. Okay. I think we made some good progress today. We might only stream for like a half an hour more. Try and get a couple more outlines done, but we made some decent progress. I mean, there wasn't anything here before. What we should do is probably redraw that peak line and then work one from here to there. And then we'll ignore this one and maybe put one here to there. Nurs, I haven't seen you in so long, buddy. How you doing? Welcome to the spaghetti. We need a name for the mountain. That's what we need. Mount Coda. Coda's peak? I don't know. We don't really have a name for a world. I feel like it needs like a unique name like Bertha or something. Or Steve. We should call our world Steve. I have an uncle named Steve. This is going to be a very hard line to draw. I also think this pool is cool. I think if we did something on the interior of the mountain with this, that would look really cool. But if we did something on the interior of the mountain organically, I feel like we'd have to carry it across the entire inside of the mountain, and I am not a fan of that idea. But if we did like a cool cave, like roller coaster, something like took you through the deep, dark parts of the world, up and through some lush caves, out maybe on the side of a mountain like an old abandoned mine shaft, that could be fun. Because I'm thinking of Hoodwinked. I don't know if y'all have seen Hoodwinked, but there's a scene where she's riding in a minecart, like the main character is riding in a minecart through a mountain, and it's like an old mining tunnel and stuff. Yeah, I miss talking to you too. I miss playing on MCR a little bit. Sad we all couldn't have more time to be on that server. I'm sure we'll be doing collabs though. Been up to not much. Same old, I suppose. I took a little bit of a break from videos and stuff because I got a new job, and it took a lot out of me, but I've finally gotten used to it, and we're in a good spot now. I missed that line so bad. That's okay. Trying to get better, though. I am actually doing really good right now, though, so can't complain. What have you been up to? Oh, if y'all didn't know, Nurs plays on MCR, and he's a pretty cool guy. He's also really chill. Oh, maybe we could keep this line. No, we couldn't. Take that back. Okay. I bet you've been busy with school and stuff. Lots of people busy with school. I'm excited for some of the bigger projects that we have lined up. Yeah, it's supposed to be. It probably doesn't look too much like it at the moment. Not one singular mountain, though. It's supposed to be part of a range of mountains that connect from this natural formation to the one that we did over there. That was the initial mountain, the initial idea, and now it's kind of the baby mountain compared to the size that we're going today. I really wish I had more time to work on some of the projects, because some of the ideas that I have are, I feel like it'd be a lot of fun, and I think people are going to enjoy a lot. Go, setting people up with each other. How does that... It's kind of goofy. I mean, from this angle, it's not that bad. Are we... I think I need to set up a beacon. We're going to tear out the entire back portion of that. Yeah. Oh, good. Glad to hear that. I know a lot of people got busy with school, which is a little sad, but I completely understand. Glad to see you'll be getting back into it, though. I hope it goes well. Sometimes hopping back on the saddle is a little difficult. But I grabbed the wrong box. Oh, that'd be fun. Branch out a little bit. I am not a fan of horror games. I have never played any, but I don't imagine that I'll be fun. That I'll have a good time. I'm not a big horror person. Like, I've never dived too much into the genre. But I don't enjoy the little bits that I do dip my toes into.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never...
It's good that you're branching out, though. Oh, see, the funny thing about that is I don't have friends to play with, so I can just kind of do my own thing, and nobody's dragging me elsewhere. I should put that back. I am really tired of having such a small storage room. I mean, you guys can add each other and then talk in a private message. That would be preferred. So where is this beacon going to be the most effective? I think right here. We'll just do it here. I'm gonna try not to die. Oh, that's too far. Oh, that's a creeper. Please don't. Okay, we need to sleep before we do this. Getting a little out of it right now. I do think the mountain is coming along well, though. It was good to see you, too. I hope to see you more, I suppose, in the Discord or anything. We'll have to do something soon. Okay. There's still mobs here. I need to fly away. Ooh, another... I feel like I have an endless list of projects I want to work on. Another thing that I want to do is create an end portal entrance, because my end portal is really close. I didn't plan it out this way, but the end portal is right there. It's right 100, 200 blocks away from our base. So, oh my gosh, that looks so cool. It looks like lightning right now. Yeah, 200 blocks. It's very close. I want to do a cool build for it. I want it to be like a dragon's mouth opening up from the depths of the ocean, and like you fly down its throat in order to get to the portal itself. I think that'd be really fun. But all these ideas and not a lot of time to work on them. Four, five, 6, 7, 8. I think that's... Is that 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. I am... checking out mentally. Can't count anymore. I appreciate you guys being here for this very slow and tedious process. I'm kind of running out of things to waffle about, so appreciate you sticking through it. Hope you're enjoying the Christmas music. I'll need to find... Maybe I'll find a different playlist for next stream. I'm a little tired of this playlist already. It's not really getting me into the Christmas mood. Maybe I need to get like a more upbeat one. Yeah, you're welcome. I hope it helped. Yeah, no, I don't. Technically, this is, in total, hour 4 that I've ever streamed. So, I don't blame myself for running out of energy or things to do. I just appreciate y'all being here. I need to make more rockets, and I forgot to get the beacon, the piece for the beacon, the little Kickstarter thing. I was watching Etho the other day, and... he was talking in one of his more recent episodes about like tearing down beacons and how... Hey, bye. Hope you have a good day. About how they're like so annoying to deconstruct, especially if you're like using haste and then you have to go from mining blocks super fast and then going to mining super slow. And I totally agreed. And he had the idea of putting TNT in the beacon and having it like self-destruct. And I thought that was really interesting. Like, I don't know how it would be in vanilla. I don't think it would work. But his idea was to take, like you do this little nugget here, and put a TNT here, and then it'll deconstruct the beacon, and, like, blow it up, basically, and just have the blocks left over. And it's definitely... it's an idea. I think it might not be included, but it is something that I think would be cool, and very convenient to have, because I have currently, like, 4 beacons set up that I'm going to have to tear down, and I'm not looking forward to that, because it's going to take forever. Or maybe if they made like a haste 2 potion, but at the same time, even if you have haste, mining those blocks takes forever, no matter what. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff to be worked on, a lot of cool suggestions. Yeah, I'm curious about the result too. Oh, you're kidding me. The beacon doesn't reach this far. Oh, we're gonna have to set up another one. Yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. It's already pretty good. I'm happy with what we've been able to achieve. I was going into this stream knowing that full well that there's the possibility that we don't get anything productive done. I feel like we've achieved something. Some of the things have not been the best, but the front part of the mountain is looking pretty good. And that's the part that matters. Maybe we'll do only half a mountain and be like every other big creator and leave the back of the build not done. Or we'll do it the opposite way and do the back first and then the front and be, you know, go against the curve, against the grain. Who knows? This is going to be a very long project, though.
This year there will be no friend for the snow to fall.
And if we do it all on stream, we'll have pretty much all the hours tracked, too. You can see the entire progress. But I don't think we'll be able to do all of it on stream. I don't have the energy for that. And if we did, it'd be like 2 hours a week for, I don't know, a year. It might take us. If we did it that way. We do need to do something with this pillager outpost. We either need to fully encase it in the mountain or like destroy it, take all the spawns out, but having a pillager outpost this close to home is convenient if we ever want to start a raid, but at the same time it's a little inconvenient because it's a little annoying to build around. But another reason I'm not too worried about covering it up with the mountains is because we won't have to deal with it after the fact. And eventually whenever we get a raid farm, it'll be nice to have an easy way to get a banner captain, but whenever you start a raid farm, that doesn't really matter after the first one. I think this the next episode we talked about will be the town build. We'll expand that a little bit. We might do some terraforming in that episode, which we might do on stream. I don't really know yet. And then the episode after that, we're gonna go back to the horse course. We got a lot of building to do there, and maybe after that we'll have the mountain episode. We'll see how much we can get done in between episodes. I would like it done sooner than later though, so that means just getting the front of it done, and then, you know, that be it, and then we slowly work on the back of it over live streams here and there. I'd be okay with that too. But I think I seriously have to put another beacon in. This is so slow. Alright, we're gonna tear these out, and then I think I'm gonna end the stream. I'm getting tired, and I need to get up and walk around. You guys have plans for Christmas or anything? Anything going on? Any traditions y'all do, or anything like that? My family, we do like a Christmas breakfast, I suppose, more than a Christmas dinner. And we do like biscuits and gravy and cinnamon rolls, and that's it. Just biscuits and gravy and cinnamon rolls. And I bought some stuff to make some biscuits and gravy, and I'm gonna buy some cinnamon rolls, and I'm gonna have a nice little Christmas breakfast, hopefully. Or it'll probably be the day after Christmas, because I think I'm gonna get some eggnog, also at the store, and kind of look around and see what else I can get, because I am an adult and I can buy whatever I like from the store, and that's really nice. Oh shoot! At least we got the beacon back. I need to conserve my rockets. Aw. Well, I'll be celebrating most of my Christmas on Christmas Eve as well. You won't be alone. That sucks you have to work, though. Thankfully, my job is closed on Christmas. Are you serious? Thankfully, my job is closed on Christmas, so I don't have to go in. I agree, actually. I used to be a pineapple pizza hater, but now I've come around to the little extra sweet on the pizza. I think it has to be in the right context, though. Like, I have to be in the mood for pineapple on pizza. Oh, that's good. Holiday pay. I didn't even think about that. Was it like time and a half or something? Nice little extra chunk. I mean, it sucks, but at the same time, getting a little bit more money isn't that bad. Oh, that's good. 2 times. You think it'll be busy, or will it be like a regular old day? I work in a restaurant, so if we were open on Christmas, we'd probably be busy. Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah. I mean, a little Christmas extra bonus tips or something. Good luck to you. I hope you get extra tips. Working for tips is not always fun. I also have days off after Christmas. I took like a week off after, so I'll be able to put a lot of work into making some videos, get a couple lined up so we have a more consistent schedule. Trying to go for one a week. Oh, wow. That sounds like a fun job. I ran out of inventory space. Wow. Yeah, I don't know how busy you'd be then. I think, okay, I appreciate the sentiment. But at the same time, I think whatever subs I have at whatever time I have them is the right amount of subs to have at that time, if that makes sense. I always feel the most value in what I'm putting out. I feel more motivated by like the content that I'm making more than whatever the subscriber count says. And if more people like whatever I'm putting out, then more people do. But if not, then I try not to get hung up on that. But I appreciate the sentiment. And if I had that many subs, I'd be a lot more anxious streaming right now. So it's a good thing we're practicing. And maybe one day we will have a lot of subs and a lot of people watching the streams. And then I'll be super anxious, but we'll see. I'm not like necessarily anxious as I am just kind of, I don't know. Because it's not quite anxiety streaming. There's only a couple people here, so there's not really much to be anxious about. I kind of just feel like my battery is depleting a little faster. That's all. But this is good practice for learning how to talk while recording, how to talk in front of people, public speaking and all that stuff. Good little practice. And being good at public speaking is good for a YouTuber, so I don't really mind the practice. And if it comes with a little extra stress and a little extra anxiety, then so be it. We all learn along the way. And if I don't learn now, then whenever will I? And then when will I ever learn? Because I guarantee if I start streaming after I have like a bunch more subscribers, I would be so much worse off than if I did than what I'm doing now. The only bad part is that we're just gonna regurgitate so many talking points. I have to like open ChatGPT or something and be like, give me stuff to talk about on stream, so that I don't bore all my viewers. Or maybe we'll have to find like a really energetic playlist and just have that playing and I won't say a word. Oh no, I missed. I'll just have that playing in the background, and that can be all the energy that you need to engage with. But also people said that they like listening to me talk, so I don't know. I don't know what to do. Yeah, I agree. It's definitely more, I feel like it'll be more motivating whenever you have more subscribers, more people that you know are going to want to watch your stuff. It's a little demoralizing whenever you put so much effort into these like lower videos. You don't have as many people like watching them, but you still put all your effort into them. It's a little demoralizing whenever you don't have as many subs, but it'll be worth it. If you keep putting in the effort, you'll achieve what you want to someday. Oh, we are stuck in a hole, and we don't have rockets. Okay. I believe in you. There's some people that are YouTubers right now that I don't know how they got to where they are. So if they can do it, you can do it. You and I can do it too. We need to get dogs at some point and bring those over to the Wither Skeleton Farm. That's another one of the projects I have on the list. You followed me up here? Dedicated. I also need to practice making jokes so I can become funnier. I want a little bit more humor in some of the stuff that I do. Yeah, I can see that. I feel like if I started streaming like on Twitch, there'd be like one person watching. So having a couple people that are subscribers already coming to join, or, you know, is a little more favorable for me to do it on one platform. Oh, well, I'm not trying to be funny. But I feel I want to practice trying to be funny, and like practice improv stuff, because people enjoy improv comedy more than anything else on YouTube. If you look at like the Hermitcraft series, any of the SMP stuff, a lot of them try and be funny on the fly with improv and whatnot. And so doing it live in front of people is the best practice for trying to become funnier. Okay, we need to do that last section, and then we will call it for today. I wish the days lasted longer in Minecraft. I found out that they were only 10 days long, and it makes sense. It makes sense that they're only 10 days. That's what it feels like, but I thought that they were longer than that. I thought that I was just enjoying playing so much, and that's why the days seemed like they were going by faster. But alas, that is not the case. Learn something new every day. I learned that while doing the world tour, trying to figure out how long I'd actually been in the world, how many hours, whatever. Another project, I feel like I'm full of just talking about the ideas that I have. I want to do something with this swamp. There was that recent innovation in slime farming where they have the field of mushrooms, like the brown mushrooms, that emit a block light of 1. And that's like the perfect spawning conditions within surface level on a swamp for slimes to spawn. And I think it'd be really cool if we did a farm using that, but made it under the canopy of a giant willow tree. So it needs to be really dark for them to spawn, or like above light level 0. If we had a gigantic canopy, then you know, it would protect the spawn conditions. We'd have all the mushrooms underneath the canopy of the tree. It'd look really cool having just a gigantic tree under it, and then we'd have a slime farm at the base of the tree. And I think it would look really, really cool, and it'd be a fun way to do a slime farm. At least one of the new slime farms. And we already have a slime farm, so maybe not, but I think it would still be fun to try and do anyway, and we need to do something with the swamp. And I do have a couple of ideas for the swamp, so we might not do that, but I think it'd be fun. Yeah, I am never going to be a streamer that screams. I'm just not that person. So I need to find funny things to keep people engaged in other ways. But at the same time, it doesn't need to be all of what my stream is. I just want to basically practice everything on stream. The best way to learn in some cases is just exposure therapy. I never actually watched Technoblade though, so whenever I saw all the stuff about him, you know, passing, and all the community love that went towards him, I felt like I was missing out on something, having not ever seen any of his videos or live streams or anything relating to him. But looking into it a little bit, I can understand why people were so heartbroken, and it's a little sad whenever a big member of the community dies. Especially whenever it's not necessarily, it wasn't unexpected. He had that sickness, but still hurts nonetheless. In some ways it hurts a little bit more. Yeah, that's what I heard. And a lot of people enjoyed watching him, so it was very clear that, you know, he was able to engage the audience with his humor. But I don't think I'll be a humorous person. That's not my vibe. I think I want to try and capture a everyday man feel, I suppose, and just chill and be kind. Yeah, I do want to do some funny things. Like with the next MCR video, I want to try and be funny with it, because it's only like 12 minutes of footage, so I have to try and expand it out into some kind of story and some kind of a tale, so that it's entertaining and more than just the footage that I have. Because I didn't record any of the other people I recorded with. The voices, I didn't capture any of them, so I have to figure out a way to include something to make it entertaining and not me just laughing at myself. I figured out how to record those, though, the people on the server. So it's not like I completely missed out, but it's still something I have to work around for this video. Should be out Friday, and I guess we'll see if I actually achieve the humor levels that I want to achieve with it. I think if I do it well, it'll be entertaining. Be a good chance to practice, though. Oh my gosh, I need to stop falling. We're losing so many blocks here. I don't know if I'll ever do any of the like crazy challenge videos. I'm not really into stuff like that. I think some of them are fun and some of them can be mentally engaging, but some of the crazy ones, like I planted a field with 1 million crops. that just doesn't entice me, I suppose. So we'll settle for some crazy builds, and that'll be our big challenge videos. Almost there. I will try and place these lines back in. Hopefully I can make them look a little bit better. But next time, we'll try and work on filling a bit more and less on outlining stuff. So I'll try and get all the outlining done off camera sometime. And when we come back to this project, we'll just do a lot more filling. And maybe I'll do some filling off camera too. We'll see. But with that, we are done for today. I'm tired. I need to drink something. I need to go and walk outside or do something. I appreciate you all being here. I have enjoyed interacting with you. I've enjoyed practicing. And I hope you enjoyed the stream. And have a great rest of your day.